Amy here with Rooted in Love Urban Homestead. Thanks for hanging out with me a bit today. So we are getting ready to plan our garden for the summer of 2024. It is now February of 2024. And I looked at our seeds and we have a little bit of a hot mess. We have seeds everywhere. So I have gathered up seeds. So we started gardening in our urban homestead about 3 years ago and have been collecting seeds. And when I got the seeds out this year, I realized we had a little bit of an unorganized mess on our hands, and it was hard to tell exactly what we have. And so I decided that I would get our seeds organized to make our garden planning go a little smoother. So I thought, well, I'll show you what I'm going to do, and then you can let me know what you do to organize your seeds. So as you see, I have just some seeds that are loose. I have some seeds that I have ordered and haven't done anything with. And then we have a Christmas tin that we started putting our seeds in. And as you can see, it is filled to overflowing. So I imagine my first step that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to look at what seeds I have and place them in some kind of categories. Now, I can get overzealous with this because I love organizing. So I'm going to try to do broad categories as I can because we don't have a ton of seeds. So let's get to putting our seeds together in like categories. So here are all our seeds, and it's amazing how many seeds you can collect in just a few years. So I think the first step is just to dump everything out. Who would have known we've collected this many? Now let's start putting them in like categories. So this may seem a little overwhelming, but just start, grab the first packet, and decide what order you're going to put things in. So I'm going to start a lettuce pile. So I'm just going to grab lettuces and put them in a pile. In the same time, I'll just start laying out vegetables. And then I'm going to lay out any flowers. So when we get finished making the broad categories, I'm going to do lettuce, I'm going to do flowers, I'm going to do herbs, and I'm going to do vegetables. And then once we finish laying out these broad categories, we can go in and see what we have and then narrow those down. So just start picking up a pack of seeds and put them in your broad category. And for all intents and purposes, I'm going to call anything like beans and squash, and I'm going to call tomatoes vegetables for right now, just for the heck of it. Like I said, we want broad categories. Here's a fruit, so we'll just stick that right there. Herbs. You know what? I think I might just make a separate, because I know I have a lot of tomatoes. I think I'm going to go ahead and just separate out the tomatoes. Flowers and vegetables, lettuce, fruit, vegetable. So you see, it just takes a little bit of time, but don't get discouraged. Just go through. And so I have something like this that's miscellaneous seeds that we got as a thank you. And I think it is probably based on the picture flowers. So for right now, I'm going to stick it in the flower category. And lettuce. And vegetables. Now we can go in a minute and we can do summer vegetables and we can do then fall vegetables. So we'll talk about what we want to do Now, calendula is a flower, but I use it as an herb, so I'm gonna put it in the herb category. And just work your way through. Don't get overwhelmed, just take your time, work your way through. Okay, so now I have my seeds separated into piles. So I have a tomato pile here, I have a fruit pile here, my lettuce and spinach, kind of leafy things, flowers, herbs, vegetables. So now I'm gonna go in each category, especially the vegetable category, because I have a lot of stuff in here. And I'm going to now take that further and divide it out further. So depending on what you have, this will look different for you. So I have some things that, I have some vegetables in here that are best for either a spring or fall garden. So that's how I'm gonna separate. I'm gonna separate right now spring, fall into one category, and then I'm gonna separate summer into another category. And then we'll go from there. So if you're not sure, you can look on the back of your seed packet. And this is a snowball cauliflower. And it does not do well in summer heat. We live in Southeast Tennessee, so this is not a variety that I can plant for my summer garden. So I would either need to have started this earlier for a spring garden or start it at the end of summer for a fall garden. So that's going to go in my fall and spring category. Now, yellow squash, for instance, it is a good summer plant to have in a summer garden. So I'm going to put it in my summer garden. And we're just going to go from there. Okay, now that I have my vegetables divided, let's look at each category to see if I can subdivide it. So let's see, I have collards, there's a cabbage, there's a broccoli, there's a cabbage, Brussels sprouts by itself, another cabbage, carrot, 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 beet by itself, and then there's a cauliflower by itself. There we go. The method I have chosen to organize my seeds with is a photo box. This photo box is from Michaels. Right now they're on sale at my Michaels for $16.99. And it works by having the large case, and then inside the large case are these smaller cases that you can put seeds in. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 16 of these seed packets. Now, as you see, they came with the little latch facing up, but I'm going to turn mine around and store them where the latch is facing down, because I'm going to put a label on here that tells me what seed packets are in this particular case. Now, like I said, if you have a lot of seeds, you can divide your seeds into categories like just cabbage, just tomatoes, just squash, just carrots. Now, I will probably do that. I know I'm going to do that for tomatoes. I'll probably do that for like carrots because I have several seed packets that are just carrots. I'll probably do that for cabbage because I have several seed packets that are just cabbage. Same thing, but my lettuce, I'm going to do a broad category of lettuce. Tomatoes, I'll do a broad category right now of tomatoes because I don't have a ton of tomatoes packets, as you see. I have a few, but I don't have a ton. And I tested this, and you can fit about 12 packets of seeds in one case. So again, how you divide and organize is up to you and what seed packets you actually have. Okay, so now that I have everything organized in stacks, I'm going to start filling my cases. And this is going to be the first one I fill. I have these tomato seeds, and I'm just going to be overly obsessive and try to organize them by size in as well. So there, I put those in there, and as you see, there's plenty of room. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packets of seeds that I have that are tomato, 6, 7, and I'm just going to set those in there, and I'm going to close it up. That just latches. They're nice and secure. And I'm going to put it into the larger case to store, and it's secure, and I'm going to make a label. Now I have a label maker, and I'm just going to simply label it tomatoes. Again, if you have a lot of tomatoes, you might want to organize this further. You could do heirloom tomatoes. You could do cherry tomatoes. You can organize any way you would want, and I was imagining as our seed stash grows, then we can organize it further. And that's one good thing about this system, is it's easy to just add another case of something else. But the key is for quick access to go ahead and label it. If you don't have a label maker, that's not a big deal. Just put a piece of masking tape on there and right on there. You will want something removable in case you want to reorganize at some point. You're not locked in by writing permanently on the case. So I have my first case labeled. It's going in the big case. Several more to go. Well, all right. The packets of seeds are all in their little cases, organized by the category. So I did summer, which is just the generic vegetable that need to be planted in the spring and the summer's harvest. And beans and peas, carrots, cucumbers, lettuce, okra, squash, tomatoes. You see my label maker started to die, so I had to go in and help it a little bit. And over here I have my basil and flowers and fruit and then other herbs. And then up here I have spring fall, and I know that that means that I need to plant for a spring harvest or a fall harvest, and then cabbage. And I have 2 more places where I can put more seeds. Yay! Or if I get more, let's say herbs, and I want to separate my herbs from annual to perennial herbs, then I have another case to do that. So I hope this video has got you thinking about how you might want to organize your seeds. And I'd love to hear about how you do that in the comments below. Wishing you the very best as you start to plan your garden for next year and organize your seeds. May all you do be rooted in love. Until next time.